Hey Mizahar. Papa already did an introduction on Zeltiva, which I certainly can't upstage, what with his cheap mode accent, and he's pretty cute too. Um, so I racked my brain because I wanted to make a video for you all about what I specialize in Mizahar, that I made and I know more about than anyone else, and I came up with Diddly Squat. So instead, I am going to chat to you guys about the university and my feelings on it and how people play it, and how the NPC professors should be treated. Because sometimes I have to break it to you guys, they're treated very unfairly, and their union complains to me, and it gets very ugly. Um, and and we don't really have a court system in Zeltiva, so I have to deal with all the complaints, and we just don't want that. So, to protect me from having to work too hard, let's talk about the university. Everybody loves it. I think that most of the people that come to Zeltiva come for the university, and it really can be a lot of fun. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that in Zeltiva and Mizahar, they don't learn the same way that we do in our society. Their society is much smaller. They're much more personal than we are. Very rarely do teachers hold classes, consecutive classes that they run the same every season. I think that it's rather common for some of the professors to hold lectures, go into a public forum somewhere, be it a classroom, since they have classroom space, or a more public place, and give a lecture, which they advertise ahead of time, on the very basics of something that they find interesting, that they think the students find interesting, just to get general knowledge out there. But anything more advanced, anything beyond maybe novice level in a skill, that's going to be done with a personal conversation, usually a philosophical conversation with your professor. You need to create a bond with your professor. They need to know your name. They need to find that you are worth their time. And the significance of this, and the difference from what I usually see when people are playing in the university, is that this creates a personal story between your character and the professor. In our society, school can be very impersonal. You drift through and everyone ends up a cookie cutter at the end. Well, that's not what Zeltiva is like. Zeltiva creates unique, enlightened individuals. And I can't stress the individual part of that. Zeltiva is all about making your character special. The university is all about making your character special and better, smarter, more enlightened than the average player character. So when you play at the university in Zeltiva, dedicate to a few seasons of getting to know your teacher. Go to one of their lectures, approach them after class, talk to them, give them gifts, bribe them, and they love getting bribes. Well, some of them do. Read up on the professor, the NPC. Figure out what you think their personality is like. If you need some help with it, either search their name in the top right of the Mizahar screen, search their name, and see how other people have played in the past, or shoot a PM to either Papa or I, or Arcane, and ask them how they think that the personality of the NPC would be like. If it's not clear enough in the write-up, we very well might add to it so people know in the future. So really treat the professors with care, because they really do complain, and I don't want to have to kill them off in the blight because they annoy me. So save them, save a professor. I think they'll appreciate that. I'm trying to think now. Anything else about the university? Of course, a perk is that you don't have to pay for your wages, or for the expenses for the season. When you're in the university, you have 60 Mises, I believe. 60 Mises as a base cost for going into the university. I don't know, Papa does all the numbers, but that's what I seem to remember off the top of my head. And then to add in new subjects, you add an extra 30 Mises. Each subject is broad and big, and I bet if you'll give me just a second, I could pull up university student registry. Yeah, a list. Anthropology, history, literature, astronomy, philosophy, arts and crafts, music, magical studies, and earth sciences are all the subjects you have to choose from. And it's really just 60 Mises. You get room, board, you learn. I mean, it's like experience we hand to you. All we ask from you is that you give us the best story you can about your character and how your character follows the path to enlightenment, the path to knowledge, becomes one of the most respected scholars in all of Mizahar. And when characters really take the time to do that, the storytellers will listen and will try to create interesting plot lines and places for you to use the knowledge that you're building. So, so hopefully we'll see some more dedicated players out there, some more dedicated player characters out there that are really climbing the ranks of the university. As for the players that play professors, just keep in mind what we talked about. Pick out player characters that you think can stick with whatever curriculum you have planned for them. I don't particularly care what it is, and I don't think the regents really care. As long as they get taught up good and don't embarrass the university, you can have them jumping through fireballs or fighting giant creatures. As long as there's some philosophy thrown in there, we should all be happy. So I think that's everything I have to say about the university for now. If you have any questions, shoot them to me, and I'll see if we can't answer them. Maybe Papa can too. So have a nice day. Oh, one more thing. My name. So it's English, guys. Well, it's kind of French, I guess. But it's in the English dictionary, so it's English, I would say. Echelon. Oh, I said echelon anyway. Look it up. It's in a dictionary. Yeah. Okay. Guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.